Hello everyone and welcome back to Law Statistics. Today's presentation is based on Indian Stamp Act 1899, Power of Parliament in respect of stamp duty. Parliament can make law in respect of stamp duty. It can prescribe rates of stamp duty. Rates prescribed by Parliament in respect of bill of exchange, checks, transfer of shares prevails all over India. The stamp papers impressed with the desired amount of stamp duty are used for both judicial and non-judicial work. The Indian Stamp Act 1899 is a central enactment and states have powers to adopt the Indian Stamp Act 1899 with amendment to the same to suit the transactions peculiar in each state. The law relating to stamp duty is covered under Indian Stamp Act 1899. Instrument chargeable to stamp duty. Instrument include every document by which any right or liability is or purported to be created, transferred, limited. All documents like affidavit, lease, memorandum, share, partnership deed are required to be stamped. Section 4 to 6. If several instruments are employed for completing one transaction, stamp duty is payable only on the principal instrument at the prescribed rates, and on the other instrument nominal stamp duty is payable. The scope of section 4, 5 and 6 are not same, as section 4 deals with a single transaction completed by several instruments. Section 6 deals with a single transaction which might be viewed as falling under more than one strategy, whereas section 5 applies only when the instrument comprises more than one transaction. Powers to reduce stamp duty. Government can reduce or remit whole or part of duties payable. Reduction can be for whole or part of territories and for particular class of person. Section 10 talks about duties, how to be paid. This section provides as to how and the manner with which the duties are to be paid and indicated instrument by means of stamps. Section 16 talks about denoting duty. This section provides for denoting duty paid in respect of another instrument by way of an endorsement on the instrument, the chargeability of which or its exemption from duty depends in any manner upon the duty paid in respect of another instrument. Whereas section 17 talks about instrument executed in India. Section 18 talks about instrument executed out of India. This section applies to instruments other than bills and notes executed out of India which attract duty according to the law in India, that is, are chargeable under section 3 clause C. Section 20 to 28 contains provisions for calculating the value of the subject matter of an instrument for the purpose of determining the stamp duty payable. Whereas section 29 talks about duty by whom payable. This section specifies the person who should bear the stamp duty payable. Whereas section 30 talks about obligation to give receipt in certain cases. Whereas section 31 and 32 talk about adjudication as to proper stamp. Section 31 and 32 talks about adjudication as to proper stamp. Section 32 confers power on the collector to certify the endorsement on an instrument brought to him. Section 31 that the full duty with which it is chargeable and has been paid. Section 33 examination and impounding of instruments. Section 33 provides for the impounding of instrument not duly stamped, whereas section 35 talks about instrument not duly stamped inadmissible in evidence. Section 37 talks about admission of improperly stamped instrument. This is a remedial section which refers to admission of improperly stamped instrument where improper description of stamps are used by inadvertence. Sections 41A talks about recovery of stamp duty not levied on or short-lived. If any instrument chargeable with duty has not been duly stamped and registered by registering officer by mistake and remarked as such by the collector or any audit party, The collector may, within 5 years from the date of registration, serve a notice on the person by whom the duty was payable, requiring him to show cause why the proper duty or the amount required to meet the same should not be collected from him. Section 47A talks about instrument of conveyance. This section applies to conveyance, exchange, gift, partition, settlement, etc. Section 73 talks about books, etc. to be kept open for inspection. What is meant by duly stamped? Duly stamped means instrument bears an adhesive or impressed stamp not less than proper amount, and stamp has been affixed or used in accordance with law stored in India. Revenue stamp. Revenue stamp are used for acknowledging the receipt of money. Foreign bill stamp. Foreign bill stamp is special stamp bearing the words foreign bill. Insurance policy stamp. Insurance policy stamp is used by the insurance department. Broker's note stamp is a special stamp bearing the words broker note. Share transfer stamps. Share transfer stamps are used by financial institutions in respect of transactions pertaining to shares. That's all for today's presentation. Thank you and have a great day ahead.